Hello and welcome to Shedcast, news and discussion from across the tabletop. I'm Pete and I'm here in the shed with Roger again. He's been to Warhammer Fest 2016 and has brought us back some behind the scenes looks at things like Bloodbowl, which there's a link for the video down below. And today we're going to have a look at Black Library and Forge World.
And Forge World's upcoming releases.
For 40k and 30k.
Yeah, the Horus Heresy.
Excellent, which should be very interesting. Okay.
Might even be something special at the end for you.
Ooh. Okay, here we go. Just to let you know, these photos are all taken in a lecture hall, pretty much, aren't they? A few are miniatures figures and display case figures, but a lot of these are taken in a lecture hall, so some of them may be at a bit of an angle, but Roger got the best seat he could in the lecture hall. There
was a lot of demand to get in there quickly.
Yeah, I bet. You could see it. Well, having looked at the uncropped versions, there's a lot of people in these rooms sitting on the floor and stuff, so yeah, people are really excited about it. So let's have a look. So first we're going to talk about Black Library.
We've got first some shots of the upcoming Black Library releases and their artwork.
Okay, cool. Right.
So here we have the Either. As some of you who've been following the story may know, one of the Lunar Wolves, now Sons of Horus captains, is called the Either, as he had someone he was very close to called the Or. The Either is now tasked with hunting down the loyalist Shattered Legions.
Okay.
After they've escaped Istvan. Here on the cover, though, very interesting, you can see him fighting another Sons of Horus character.
Very interesting,
so,
with some really fat swords.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing who the other chap is and what is exactly going on here.
Cool, interesting. He doesn't look very happy.
No, he certainly does not.
Okay, right, cool. Next up,
we have the Echoes of Imperium. Unfortunately, this one had quite a bit of glare on the screen. But as you can see, the chap in the front there, Sanguinius.
Oh.
We're back to the Blood Angels.
Yeah.
So this apparently is to do with the beginning of the end of Imperium Secundus, which is the mini-empire that Rebute Guilliman, the Lion, and Sanguinius form when they lose contact with Terra.
Okay.
So this is a compilation book, as you can see, various authors.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
series of short stories set around there. So
okay, cool.
Very interesting.
So like different taste of things going on at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Compilation of different novels. Here.
Oh.
So following on from their Primark series that Games Workshop have recently started. The one a lot of people are probably going to be interested in, Leman Russ, The Great Wolf, by Chris Raitt, who is a very talented author. If anyone's ever read any of his stories, like Scars, or the existing Space Wolves ones, like Battle of the Fang, very good books. So I'm very much looking forward to this one myself. Not a big Space Wolves fan, but the author is excellent. So this is following Leman Russ and his role within the Legion.
Okay.
As currently we've only really seen him at the time of the heresy, and it's not really focused on him. So this is much more of a focus on the man himself.
So a bit more about him, you find out a bit more about him.
And how he interacts with everyone.
Okay, right.
So this will be very interesting to see.
Interesting. Okay. Next up, Praetorian of Dawn.
So here we have, I'm sure many Imperial Fist fans will be glad to see, a book, a full novel about the Imperial Fists.
Finally.
So in the foreground on the picture here, you can see Rogel Dawn fighting an Alpha Legionnaire. Is it Alfarius? Who knows? Do the Alpha Legion know? Probably not. But the book apparently isn't predominantly about Rogel Dawn. This is about, well, as the name suggests, the Praetorian of Dawn, who is actually Dawn's protector and guardian. So this is going to be about one of his sons.
Oh, okay. So not actually about Dawn, but someone who's defending him.
But someone about, yeah, exactly. Someone that's defending him. And as those of you that have been following the series will know, Dawn's currently on Terra. So the fact you're seeing him here fighting Alpha Legion, it's very interesting. They've infiltrated either on Terra or near to Terra. It looks like it's on a space station.
Is that Jupiter in the background?
It could well be. It's definitely in Segmentum Solar. Sorry, in the solar system. So, interesting. This will be very interesting to see what's coming up.
Okay, what's next? Let's have a look.
One of my personal favourites being Raven Guard player, we have a book about Corax. This, from what we're told, is going to be the Raven Guard's last significant entry in the Horus Heresy series.
Okay.
The ending, from what I've heard, is going to be very sad. Apparently it made the editor cry.
Really? Their swan song?
Yeah, this is going to be Corax's swan song in the Heresy.
And it's
whether this is the moment where he leaves, we don't know. But this is Corax embracing his darker side after everything that he's seen and been through, seeing his legion near enough destroyed at Istvan, and the afflictions that the raptors gain after taking corrupted gene seed.
Nice.
So this is a bit of a brutal time for the Raven Guard, but seeing more about them should be very good.
And that's Gav Thorpe, so that's...
And this is Gav Thorpe.
You know, tried and tested.
A very old name at Games Workshop.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think our next up is Imperial Armour, yes.
So here, moving away from Black Library, this is now the first of the Forge World releases that are up and coming.
Okay.
So the new Imperial Armour book, Fires of Syraxis. This is the Tau attacking what they believe is a lightly defended Imperial world on the fringes of space.
Okay. But they're wrong.
But in reality, unbeknownst to them, the Imperium are mustering here for war.
Ah, okay.
So the Tau Empire arrive at this Forge World,
oh
that they
God.
consider not that bad,
yep.
to face the entire Red Scorpions chapter, among others, including some very old relics of the Mechanicum.
Oh, cool.
So this is going to be the first time that some of the 30k war machines that you see in the Horus Heresy books are going to be coming to life in the 41st millennium.
Ah, so they're bringing 30k
some of the 30k
into
things
40K.
into the 40k universe.
Okay, interesting. So you can have a bit of a bridge between the two in your games.
So yeah, those of you that have got a 30k Mechanicum army should be able to use it with this book.
And I think they've got some images of some of the new...
Yeah, we've got some of the new miniatures coming out for this.
Whoa!
So this isn't a new miniature, this is some new weapons for them. So this is the Tau Supremacy suit.
Oh,
this
blimey.
is effectively a Tau Titan.
Yes.
And as you can see, that is one hell of a railgun.
Oh my God.
Bear in mind, this model is huge, so that gun is massive.
Right.
I would not want to be on the receiving end of that.
No. Heavy rail cannon array. Could they fit a few more words in just to make it sound even more impressive?
Yeah, I think that they might need to. And then we've got the new Nexus Meteor missile system on the right there. And that's going to be a lot of missiles.
A lot of pain. There's going to be some templates with that.
Yeah, I've got a feeling might be an apocalyptic barrage or two on that one.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, and then we've got from the other side...
So now we have some of the new Red Scorpion models. So on the left, you can see the Red Scorpion's captain, Cassan Sabius. The reason we've now got a captain up front is the Red Scorpion's chapter master meets a bit of an unfortunate end. However, as you can see on the right, they put him in a dreadnought.
Oh, brilliant.
And not just any dreadnought. The first time a Leviathan Dreadnought, which is the new Siege Dreadnought, has entered the 41st millennium.
Siege Dreadnought. Is
So
that a twin-linked...
That is a twin-linked assault cannon, and has even kept his signature power claw in the other hand.
That is impressive.
So these dreadnoughts that I've not seen their rules in 40k before.
Yeah.
This is an up-armoured Contemptor pattern dreadnought.
Okay.
Because what Contemptors needed was definitely more bulk and more guns.
Right.
So you can see he's got a couple of heavy flamers mounted in his chest plate there as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just underneath his giant shoulder pads.
You can't see a lot of the detailing that well in the picture, unfortunately, but I can assure you that that is one fantastic looking model.
So that's really interesting then, that they're starting to try and bridge the gap between 30k and 40k to a certain degree, not just mash everything together.
Yeah. Okay. So these things are supposed to be rarer, a lot rarer in the 41st millennium.
Yep.
However, it's nice that all these miniatures that you've bought for your Horus Heresy games, you can now use in your 40k games as well.
Interesting. That's an interesting development for players. I think that'll help. I feel there's a bit of a divide going on between 30k and 40k.
There is, and this might help bridge the gap. So potentially, if you've got certain legions, you can play them as a 30k army or a 40k army, and even use a lot of your more special units, like Leviathan pattern dreadnoughts,
which look pretty cool. Okay, so I think next we're moving on to some Horus Heresy stuff.
Now we are entering the Horus Heresy. So, the first thing that we can see here, this is a special edition one, but this is just they're going to be releasing an updated version of the Space Marine Army list. So originally, some of you remember, in book 1 they released a full Space Marine Horus Heresy list, but 5 books further along down the line they've released quite a few new units. So this isn't the Legion specific units, this is just the core units. So all of your tactical squads,
yep,
your heavy support squads, now some of the newer ones like Leviathans or Xiphon pattern interceptors.
Cool.
And something we're going to be seeing shortly.
Oh. Well, first though, we've got
so something that a lot of 30k players have been badgering Forge World about. They finally caved and they're giving us dice.
I have to say, when I saw when I saw that, I said to Roger originally, oh, they're doing a gimmicky thing where they're making the dice for each of the factions. You've got to go now. You've got to go and buy your dice. But as Roger says, it's actually from the people playing the game. They want their special dice. Yeah,
places like the Horus Heresy Weekender and the events similar to that, people have been harassing them for dice. And that's true. I've been to one, and they were being badgered for dice.
I believe you.
I've seen them. I saw them at Warhammer Fest. They are exceptionally nice quality, and the Legion symbol is on the 6, not the 1. So you want to see your Legion symbol.
Okay, that's cool.
So initially, as you can see on the picture, we're getting the Emperor's Children, the Death Guard, the Alpha Legion, Sons of Horus, Night Lords, Word Bearers, Iron Warriors, and World Eaters. So that's all the traitors.
Yeah.
I'm sure it shouldn't hopefully be too long until we start seeing the loyalists.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Right.
And now some of the not released yet.
Ooh.
So those Emperor's Children or Death Guard players among you who have the option to take Power Spears or Powered Sides will now finally be able to actually put them on your models without having to buy a whole other kit.
Okay, so this is something that's been around, but there's not been something for it.
The rules have been out there for a while now. In fact, since book 1. So a good few years ago now.
Yeah.
But they've now released. It's not full kits like you see in the pictures. This is just so you can see them being used. It's just the weapons. So you're going to get weapon sets of Power Sides and Power Spears.
Yeah.
So you'll now be able to give them to your units or your characters, sergeants. So yeah, nice little addition.
Some nice pictures of the models there as well, so you can see them in their poses a bit better. Are they on bigger bases as well?
Yes, Space Marines are now on 32mm bases. Just because they always overhung a bit on the 25s.
Their feet always hang over the side, don't they? Right.
So lots more new things here. On the top right, you can now see that Ultramarines have been given specific boarding shields. And again, if you look closely, you can see that they are very well detailed.
Yeah, there's a lot going on the front of those.
Very much in the Roman style, and they look fantastic, having seen them in the flesh.
And they've got a nice handy little window in there.
Yeah, to rest their bolt gun.
Or stick their chainsword through.
Yeah, and so I'm very much looking forward to seeing those.
Yep.
On the bottom left is a shot of one of the new Mechanicum things that's coming out. So this is going to be a conversion kit for the 40k Skitarii. So you'll now be able to use them in the 31st millennium.
Excellent. Okay, so going the other way now.
Yeah, so you're going to try and bridge the gap between both of them, both directions.
Okay, cool.
And there's going to be a couple of variants of those. There's ones with spears and shields.
Spears?
Apparently the spears can be charged up and shoot lightning bolts.
Cool.
So that is pretty funky.
A lightning bolt spear.
Yeah, crazy
Sign me up.
technological spears. In the bottom centre there, we have the new Mechanicum Exploratory Tank. That is what they would send forward when they're investigating new worlds. So it's very heavily armoured. It's a personal command centre for the Tech Priest.
Okay.
And it has a Graviton Imploder on the top.
Graviton Imploder
is a supercharged grav gun.
Yeah, I love the kind of prow of the hull. There, it looks almost like a ship or something, with the kind of dozer blade style.
Very much designed to go in all terrain, all environments.
Plough through the undergrowth and tear through walls.
Looks very cool.
Excellent.
And finally, on the right, a new Legion character is emerging. They've had rules for quite some time, but the Legion Moritat is now receiving a model. It comes with a choice of guns as well, so you're not just going to get the 2 guns listed, there will be a few options in the pack.
He's got 2 pistols.
He's armed with 2 pistols. You also get the option to give him a jump pack or a backpack in the set as well.
Jump pack and twin pistols.
So
nice.
they're designed to run around on their own, find the enemy character and brutally murder them. These
Okay.
are our assassin
I thought they were all
characters.
supposed to brutally murder people.
They are, but these are designed to brutally murder a particular person.
Oh, okay.
And will hunt down that person and kill them.
Okay, right, excellent. Let's have a look what we've got next then.
So here, book 7, which they say is due between Q3 and Q4 this year.
Yeah, and we've got Space Wolf Legion, Thousand Sun Legion, Legio Cybernetica, Legio Custodes, Sisters of Silence, Titan Legions, and Prospero Spire Guard.
So yeah, in book 7 there's going to be quite a lot. It's going to be quite a big one. So a lot of you are going to be very happy to see the Space Wolves and Thousand Suns emerging, along with rules for their units and Primarks.
Titan Legion sounds pretty cool to me.
Titan Legions is going to be interesting. It's going to be an actual army list for the Titans rather than using them as part of the Mechanicum as Lords of War.
Okay.
And the Legio Custodes are getting a full army list.
Right.
They are going to be very, very powerful. They're not going to be getting silly units like flying rhinos like you might have seen in some of the artwork. However, as you'd imagine, as the Emperor's personal bodyguards, they get all of the best kit available.
Right, okay.
So they're going to be few in number but very powerful.
Okay.
And I, for one, am looking very much forward to seeing those models, because the artwork of them, other than the silly flying rhinos, is very cool. Right. So we might even see some characters like Constantine Valdor there.
Cool.
They're head of the thing.
Okay, and they gave you a little updated timeline of the Horus Heresy.
Yeah, so as we move on, they're slowly updating all of the events in the Horus Heresy on a timeline, or as many as they can fit on. So if you want to have a good look at that, feel free to pause the video and have a good read.
Have a pause and have a look. There's a few X's on there, which
so
I assume are things that need to fill in.
As we still haven't got every legion in its entirety in rules, so it'll be very good to see what comes out next.
Very interesting. Right, let's have a look at what we've got next.
So here we have the Acastus Knight Porphyrion, which you can't see in this picture, but you might see shortly, is big. This is a very large, very heavily armoured, very heavily armed, as you can no doubt see from those big guns.
Those are huge cannons. What are they? What are they called? Void, warp, plasma, disruptor blasters.
I have no idea. But I don't want to be on the receiving end, because that is the biggest Knight Titan, short of being an actual Titan.
Yes, and here you can see how tall this guy is.
Yeah, so on the left there you can see the Games Workshop Plastic Knight.
Yes. Which
is quite a large kit in itself.
Yes.
And then on the right you can see the Acastus.
That's pretty impressive.
It is huge.
You're going to need a bigger table.
You are. It's the middle ground between the Knight Titan and the Warhound Titan.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the Warhound's really cool.
Warhound is very cool, but that is a very large kit.
And I think we've got one last picture of the Porphyrion.
And here we have the model itself.
Oh, look at that.
Again, it's a very nice looking kit.
Yeah. And they managed to actually make it look like there's an element of movement in such a big miniature bigature.
I think that definitely is an appropriate term for this.
Yeah.
But again, Forge World have been doing excellent work in making these very big robots look feasible.
Yeah. Does look like that thing is striding across there. It's got good solid legs, but the cannons there are just
big wide feet, so it can plant itself when it's firing those enormous guns. And again, we may get different weapons for them in the future.
Impressive. I think it's really interesting with all these really large scale models that are coming out. I mean, you can get a Warlord Titan, can't you?
You can. If you've got a spare £1,250, you can in fact buy a Warlord.
That is one hell of a Christmas present. But I made the comment earlier on about the size of the board. I mean, I've seen a few games now where you've got various knights all on the table and there's a few little guys running around between their feet, and you're thinking, you might need a little bit more space. You need like the floor of your room, really, you know, the whole shed. But
then I suppose with the Horus Heresy growing, some of the Horus Heresy games are going to involve an awful lot of models.
Yeah.
If you really, really want to recreate one of those big battles, chapters mean nothing to a legion.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's plow on, and we've got just a few more things, I think. Where are we?
So here, speaking of big models,
yes,
is the Stormbird.
Oh, it looks
This
lovely.
Is the Thunderhawk's big brother.
Hell yeah.
It is huge. It is a stunning kit. It does weigh an absolute ton, as that thing is pure resin.
Whoa.
It is fully interior detailed as well.
That looks like it's about 2 foot long, 2.5 foot.
It's not that far off. It's
Yeah.
I'd say between 1.5 and 2 feet long.
Blimey.
It's huge.
It's got some really cool. I love the weapon pods in the
It's
sides.
got the nice ball turrets like you
Yeah.
would have seen on a B-17 if you know your World War II. And you can see the void shield generators just on the back, so this thing does have void shields.
Oh, okay, cool.
And this is another one of these units that will all be in the new black book or new red book that they're bringing out with the new Space Marine Army lists.
Okay, cool. Right. And what else have we got?
So here we go. Some of the releases that were on the day.
Oh.
So in the left-hand corner, you can see, I believe they're called Ursarax. They're Mechanicum jump infantry. These are cybernetic creatures, as they have a human brain in them that's constantly screaming silently to itself.
Yep.
And they will jump into the enemy and unleash their rage with those large fists and claws you can see on them there.
Yeah, you can see their jump pack there.
Very powerful combat unit.
Yeah.
In the middle, the very, very large robot chap there is one of Perturabo's bodyguards.
Okay.
After Istvan, he grew a bit mistrustful of his own legion, so decided to build himself some bodyguards.
And you can trust robots.
And you can trust robots when you're controlling them.
Yeah.
So they've got, as you can see, a massive thunderhammer weapon there, and a huge shield, which they use to make a shield wall for Perturabo himself.
Oh, okay.
But you don't just have to use them with the Primark.
Mm-hmm.
You can, in fact, use them, give one of them or two of them to one of your characters, as Perturabo did assign them to other people once he made more.
Okay.
So use as both bodyguards and spies, so you can keep an eye on what they're doing. And
some sort of twin-linked bolter on the shoulder there.
It's like an Avenger. I think it's an Avenger bolt cannon, if I remember my Mechanicum weapons correctly. It's a very nasty gun.
Okay.
That can mow down Space Marines quite effectively.
Cool.
And then our other new figure in this picture is the chap in the bottom right. That is Lawson Rubio, one of the Knights Errant. If you've been following the Garrow audio books, or even in Vengeful Spirits, the Black Library novel, he's one of the first proto-Grey Knights. He's an ex-Ultramarine.
Cool.
And his Ultramarine status, you can't see too well in the picture, but it is reflected in his weapon. His Force Sword is a Force Gladius, following the Ultramarines' Roman theme.
Very cool.
It is a very nice model.
Yeah, I like his pose. Looks like he's about to sort someone out.
It does look like he's about to zap someone with some lightning.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. There's some really cool releases then on the day.
Yeah, some very nice releases that have been out on the day, as well as coming out in the future.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we're nearly done, but we did say we were going to save the best till last, and Roger is really excited about this, and this looks really cool. So, last but very much not least, we have, of course, Leman Russ.
Oh yeah. The Primark of the Space Wolves Legion.
Yeah, look at
Everyone's been looking forward to the next Primark, and I'm sure a lot of you have been looking forward to Leman Russ.
Yes.
The sculpting quality on this guy is fantastic.
It does look phenomenal.
The model itself is done. They're just trying to work out the base for him.
Oh right,
and how they can truly capture him on Prospero, where the book is set.
Okay.
So the model is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, you can see the detail on his chest plate and on his shoulder plate.
It's engraved absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's got his sword that you can see in the foreground of the picture there. The other weapon that he's got behind him is an axe.
Cool.
And of course you can see it's a very personalised backpack, then with the wolf heads, similar to some of the ones you've seen in 40k.
Mm-hmm.
But his rules are coming out in book 7.
Okay.
Which is going to be later on in the year, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's released shortly before or shortly afterwards.
Excellent. Okay, that is going to be a bestseller for Games Workshop.
It is. Isn't it? Simon Egan, the sculptor, has done an absolutely fantastic job on him.
That is excellent.
I had a good chat with him while I was there, and he loved working on him.
Yeah.
And I can see why he has come out absolutely beautifully.
Yeah.
And
you can even see on his leg there the little kind of scratches and engraving there as well.
Even got a few rumours as to what's coming up next. The next Primark should be Magnus the Red, to face off with him in Prospero.
Ah, excellent.
I was trying to convince them to pose him a bit like Darth Vader, force choking a space wolf. However, I'm not quite sure that they're going to go through with that one.
Yeah. No, cool, excellent. Well, again, I mean, if you've seen our Blood Bowl video, you'll know that Roger's very up on all the Games Workshop stuff, and I think we can see that he knows a lot about his Horus Heresy, and that is an absolutely excellent set of photos and some good insider information on what's coming. It looks really cool, lots of really good books, lots of really good miniatures, some new rules, branching between 30k and 40k. Yeah, it looks like they're really taking it to the next level,
to a very gamer friendly level as well.
Good.
So you can use your miniatures in both games.
Yeah, okay, that's great. Well, I think that's pretty much all we've got on the Black Library and Horus Heresy and Forge World. We hope you enjoyed that. You saw some really interesting things, and getting excited about Leman Russ, as Roger is, and all the other things that we've shown you. So please like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and we'll see you in the shed.